All right, Chaz, we are back with Barrel or Nah.
Right.
So this Barrel or Nah came in via DM from our old buddy Bruce in Austin.
Bruce,
And
love
um
Bruce.
and Bruce it forwarded me a post from like Food and Wine magazine or something like that. And he was like, "Hey man, you have some expertise with alcohol. Like what are your thoughts on this? Does this all make sense?" And it was a pairing chart. And I could speak to pairing food and wine, but this was cocktails with meals. So it was like hamburger and French fries, do this one with steak, do this one. And I just replied back and I'm like, dude, I'm not an expert. I love a cocktail with an appetizer, especially fried food, like a salty appetizer with a cocktail, but the meal deserves my full focus and the cocktail deserves my full focus. That is the focus of those two independent things, but you can't mix the two things. And I thought, this is a perfect barrel or not. Chaz Smith, drinking a cocktail with dinner, barrel or not.
Ab Absolutely no barrel.
Okay.
Absolutely no barrel. Like I do it. Not a fancy cocktail. I will do a vodka soda sometimes with dinner. It is not advised, right? Like I'm not doing it to enhance my food. I'm doing it because I'm boozy and dumb. Uh, the whole point of a cocktails are supposed to be pre-dinner. You cocktail and then you sit down for dinner and you have a sophisticated, if you're going to drink, you have a glass of wine with dinner because wine pairs with food. I think I've talked about it. The first time I had an actual proper wine pairing was in New York.
Mm.
Uh, Aska here. It's a twice Michelin starred restaurant. Absolutely phenomenal. Uh, they did the wine pairing and the way the flavor of the wine hit the food and both of them went through the moon was insane. Like it was insane.
Yeah.
Uh where wine does that with food. There's no cocktail pairing with food, and that's for good reason. The cocktail is the pre thing you do and the post thing you do. So you
Yeah.
can have your whatever before, your whatever after, cocktail wise. During food, absolutely not. You can do it if you want to be a full heathen, but it is a no barrel. And
They
know that you're sitting in a flat sea when you're doing it.
yeah, they fight one another, in fact. And
Like the fact that there's a chart for this makes me disgusted.
so this was from Wine Enthusiast, how to pair classic cocktails with food. So steak with old fashioned, fish and chips with a whiskey sour,
No,
Negroni with small Italian bites, which I'm fine with
no.
that, but that's not a
A
meal.
small bites, yeah.
Yeah, it says roast chicken with a Manhattan,
Absolutely not.
swordfish steak with a Hemingway daiquiri.
What are these people talking about? They literally read that Hemingway liked to like fish swordfish. Oh, there's a cocktail named after him. Those things
I
must
know.
go together. That's like the depth of this.
Roast lamb with mint julep.
Because lamb goes with mint. I mean, mint
Disgusting.
jelly. That is absolutely foul. This whole thing is ill-conceived and foul.
I
This is
know.
this is absolutely offensive.
I honestly was this. You would think this was posted on April 1st as a full April Fool's joke. Like the fact that Wine Enthusiast would even post this is insane.
I
They've
mean,
lost all credibility.
that feels straight AI produced. That
Yeah.
AI discovered that, oh, humans eat lamb with mint jelly. There is also a drink called mint julep. Therefore, you drink the mint julep with your lamb meal. Boom.
Um, I feel like I already said this to you months ago, but when I went and surfed the pool, the Palm Springs Surf Club pool, like 6 months ago or something, um, afterwards, I went, there's this burger joint in downtown Palm Springs that's like pretty epic, and they're known for martinis. So before the burger, not with the burger, but a martini and onion rings.
Oh yeah. In the martini? Oh no, as the
No,
side.
no, no, no.
That's
Just
perfection. That's
that
perfection.
is a pairing gold, man. I
That's what I'm
was
talking
like,
about.
and I've recreated it now. Like if I'm gonna have like a full blowout, caloric blowout, I'll fry onion rings at home Friday night, make a martini, sit down on the sofa, and that is just heaven.
That's you and I should do the grit guide too, because they fully blew it, wine enthusiast, and just didn't know. Like they're clueless, clearly. I mean, they're wine guys, right? Maybe they shouldn't know cocktails. Like it's all a foreign language to them and they spoke it poorly. You and I should do the cocktail and the light bite. because their in is a pairing, like where it's always a greasy, dense thing, usually. We're not dense necessarily, but a fried thing, a heavily, because cocktails, unlike wine, is delicate. Cocktails, no cocktail is delicate. Like cocktails are smash you in the mouth usually, right? And so you need a kind of hit you hard also light bite with it, but not too much because you don't want to do too much of either. Three martinis and a bag of onion rings, and you were done for the day.
Um, the light version to go with the martini, though, oysters.
Oh, of course. I mean,
That's a
oysters,
classic too.
oysters, though, I feel you can pair oysters with so many different cocktails. It's odd. I feel
True.
you can pair like a good Mexican oyster with a skinny margarita. You can pair oysters. I've paired oysters with Negroni before. It's not the greatest, but like a good Italian
Yeah.
oyster, like yeah, oysters are almost the universal cocktail food.
You could grill an oyster and then go Negroni, I bet.
That would be better.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. The next call, I think if I remember correctly, I listened to this 2 weeks ago. Um, I think they submitted this as a tools to live by, but we're doing it as a barrel or not because I think it just fits better. But I was just cracking up at the call itself, and it's something that actually we've discussed in our home. So let's address it for the people.
All right, we have a question for the grit for David and Chaz. We need you to settle a debate. All right, so I'm standing in my kitchen with my brother and my girlfriend, and I have this, I like to floss after I eat dinner, and I like to relax when I floss. I like to sit on the couch, maybe watch some TV, or I'll be sitting on the couch just having a casual conversation with my girlfriend. She does not like that. She has set a rule where I have to floss in the bathroom, and I don't see why it's such a bad thing to just sit on the couch and floss. So I need someone to settle this debate for us because no one else really has a strong opinion about it, but her and I do. So
flossing in common areas or in public, is that okay? Is it not? Should it be restricted to the bathroom? Like who's right? Who's wrong?
that was my brother trying to summarize it here. You got anything to say, Tess?
If you're doing it next to somebody, right next to your girlfriend, while talking about your day.
I might do it in the car every now and then while we're driving around. I get one spot in my teeth where I get food stuck and it just bugs the hell out of me. So I have to get it out.
Is it acceptable to keep the flosser and munch on it after, or should you just be done?
You hang on to it until you find a trash can, you throw it away, it's done. It's not a big deal.
But if you just did it in the bathroom, keep your hygiene in the bathroom.
So that's her argument. All right, settle this debate for us. I know that was too long. Thanks. Bye.
Is this the first tag team weigh-in with a partner we've had on a barrel or not or tools?
Where we can hear the actual argument happening in real time? I think it may be.
It was beautiful. It was art. I totally applaud you both for putting yourself out there because I would imagine, again, what happens in the grit community happens to all the grit community. There are listeners out there who are hearing that, and wife is looking at husband, or partner is looking at partner, and partner is looking at partner and saying, here we go. Which this one, though, thankfully, unlike the minefield of wife buys you a crappy surfboard, this one's easy. Absolutely, you do not floss anywhere outside of the bathroom. Full stop. You do not clip your fingernails or toenails in public. You can do that outside if you're sneaky. You can floss outside if you're sneaky too, if you want to like go walk in nature. None of this happens in front of anyone else's eyes, period.
Girlfriend is so right on this one. You
She's
should be
beyond right.
ashamed that you ever thought it was okay to call this in. She is so beyond right. The one little sympathy that I have for him is him saying, I have one spot between two teeth that things get stuck and it drives me crazy.
You excuse yourself. Excuse your damn
exactly.
self.
Exactly.
This is not.
I know you want to relax and sit on the couch. Too bad. Get up, go deal with it, and come back and enjoy the time on the couch. TVs have pause button nowadays. It is a filthy and disgusting habit. And if you were in the bathroom flossing, you would know every single time you floss, no matter how delicate and gentle you are, stuff gets flung onto the mirror. It is disgusting. That stuff, I don't know what the speed, the velocity is. It somehow goes at the speed of sound. Like it hits the mirror with force, which means it would go across the entire living room and kitchen if you were doing it in public. You cannot be doing this in public. It is disgusting.
Personal hygiene is not pleasure time. And oh, I hear you saying how good it feels to clean your ears. And it does feel good. You go quietly in a dark space, i.e., the bathroom, and you enjoy that feeling quietly, and you throw those Q-tips away. Any and all personal hygiene happens in a dark space, a quiet space. If you're camping, again, don't even sit around the campfire and do it. Go away. It doesn't have to be in a bathroom. It has to be away from other human beings, full stop.
Yeah. And I am talking, this is for your own self-interest because you are preserving the integrity of your romantic relationship. And this is something that we have brought up over and over, whether it was farting in front of your spouse or significant
Amen.
other. Yeah.
Amen.
Like that, you want to treat, and I know I've seen arguments or I've even seen studies that are like, comfortables that are comfortable together and do these things, they last longer. And I would say that may be true, but they live like brother and sister. And that is not how I want to live. So the primary focus here is preserving the integrity of the intimacy and just keeping the spark alive in your relationship. And once you're doing these sort of things in front of them, it all gets mashed down and muted. And she even alerted you, even said to you, please don't do this. This is offending me towards you. And that should have been your clue. That should have been clue enough.
We've already talked about radical honesty once, but it bears to bring up again. Radical honesty is reserved purely for not cheating. Say, like, not cheating, not having other girlfriends or boyfriends alongside your primary whatever. This stupid partnership. I'm just going to say from now on husband, wife, and then people can fill in the blanks with whatever else they want. But radical honesty stops and ends with don't cheat. Everything else is a delicate lie, including grooming.
Exactly. Put the floss back in the bathroom, and you have some work to do now to make amends for how much you have grossed her out up until this point. So go put the floss away, go buy flowers, handwrite a card, get some lotion, start rubbing those tootsies for her tonight on the couch instead of flossing your teeth.
And do not have her rub yours, because that's super gross too. Girl rubbing dude's feet, gross.
Exactly. All right. Well, we got one more barrel directly. It comes from another listener, and it is coming off of a couple of news stories this past couple of weeks with Ethan Ewing and Jack Robinson in GQ magazine. Oof. We had Caroline Marks decked out in Ralph Lauren for the Olympics.
I love how Derek called that billionaire astronaut look, which is exactly what it was.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. All right. Well, here we go. Ryan in New Jersey.
Hey, David. Chaz, what's up? Ryan from New Jersey. Hope all's well, David. I got a barrel enough for you, actually two. First one is ironic fashion, like bringing back the members-only jackets, wearing a fanny pack that's like, neon green and orange, and definitely like was your dad's back in the day. Maybe wearing an old Swatch watch that doesn't even work, but you're still wearing it anyway because, I don't know, it's ironic. I barely get high fashion, so I don't understand the whole low fashion aspect to it. So that's one. Second one, which I hear often, both colleagues at work, and I hear you say it sometimes, is using the phrase dang. I hear Brett Barley use it a lot. I hear a lot of Midwesterners use dang. So barrel or not, using the phrase dang, us in New Jersey, we just say fuck, whatever. But let's think about those two. Hope all is well. Thanks for all the work. Chat soon.
All right. Ryan in Jersey came to El Salvador with us, so I got to spend a week with Ryan in Jersey.
Ryan,
But
Ryan in Jersey sounds absolutely like a dude that I would want to have a pre-dinner cocktail with.
I think he'd be down for that.
Great. Well, he's in Jersey. I'm in New York. We can make this happen. But
That's true.
in the meantime, I think I've said on the record already, adult men specifically, I will speak only for adult men. You do not do irony in fashion. You do not think and do something. You can do that if you want for Halloween. That is the only time and place that you do that. Otherwise, you either like a thing, and I'm all okay with liking a fanny pack or liking a members only jacket or whatever. If you like it, if you think, hey, that looks cool, that's cool on me. I like this, right? I'm no judgment there. I'm not judging your fashion for doing that. I'm saying if you have an eye toward I'm wearing this because then as an adult man, check yourself. You are now a tween girl.
Yeah.
Uh
It's
um
undignified.
undignified. Where
I don't even feel comfortable going to a dress up party. You know, like a party
I
has
don't
a
either.
theme and I have to do the thing. And I'm just like, I will drag my heels. I will only do it if I get forced into it by my wife. And even then, I'll do a half-assed effort.
Super awkward. Then at least like which is should be another barrel or not going to dress up parties that you're forced to go to. Do you do half-assed? Do you go full on? If you're forced to go,
Yeah.
we'll table that for a later date. For just everyday wear, never do anything ironic fashion wise. If you are a man over 25, I'm gonna say. Uh the dang, it's beautiful. Dang, darn, all of the shoot, fudge, any stand-in for a cuss word is great in my book. Like, not only does it gets the point across, ish, it's inoffensive. Like, and you get the point across. You get like, "Oh, I'm frustrated. Dang it. Which there's a time and the place, because there also you then preserve the time and the place when you need to say damn it, right? If you use fudge, that means it wasn't that bad. When
Yeah.
you drop fuck, then people know, okay, that was really bad. But if you're always fucking it, then people never know what the layer is
Yeah.
of where's it bad or, oh, that throw those subs in, like bring them off the bench, include them because people will know then, okay, he's lightly frustrated.
I agree. I think I understand that there's regional dialects, and I was not aware that dang was a regional dialect. I thought that dang, was used in all English, regardless of where you're from. And I think the distinction maybe that Ryan was having confusion with is that there's some dialects that use it as a replacement for damn, like Brett Barley's Christian Goody, two shoes. So he's just saying he wants to say damn, but he's not allowing himself to, and he's using
Yeah,
dang instead. And I understand Ryan having qualms with that, but that's generally a very specific person doing that. I think what you're saying is more relevant, which is no, they're both words and they both have different meaning and you use them at
totally.
different times. And so dang has relevance, not to use when you're actually angry at something and trying to express it. You use it jokingly, essentially.
I mean, or you can be kind of frustrated with something, right? Like, oh man, dang it. Like I use dang it a lot of I'm not super mad. It's just, oh dang it. I forgot
Yeah.
to, go pick up the milk. I gotta go
Right.
back to the grocery store or whatever. Like
Yeah. That would
there's
warrant
a
a damn, by the way.
I mean, the grocery store is really close to my house. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, like there is a time and place for all of them. If you're only using them as replacements, again, to the Brett Barley thing, I guess, if he's never swearing, but using stand-ins for swears, then I equally shame that. Like, no, no,
He
no,
should,
no.
he might as well be swearing at that point.
Either swear or don't, right? Like,
If
don't
you're
use a
if you're
stand-in.
expressing your frustration through this word with
Yeah,
anger, then it has the same weight at that
cuss it
point.
up, cuss it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But if you're just only saying dang your whole life, when you're even the maddest, like, oh, you dropped your baby on the ground and dang it. That- That's
Yeah.
not very cool.
Yeah. But dang has usability for sure.
Total. Bring it off the bench,
Yep. Yeah. Ryan, start using
Ryan.
dang. Come on now.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ryan. He is getting married soon as well. I don't know. I forget what the dates are, but He was planning that wedding when we were in El Salvador.
Well, Ryan, if the wedding is this week, then I'll come. A little bit of advice that both David Lee Scales and I can give you: don't floss in front of your bride to be.